It's Donna here, and I want to tell you about Mount Wachusett Community College in my home state of Massachusetts because they have done an amazing job of recruiting more women to their manufacturing program. They came through the WomenTech Educators online training the beginning of the year, and their pilot class only had one female student. The very next semester, approximately 7 months later, they have a class of 13 students and 9 of them are female. And they're more than halfway through the semester and all 13 of their students are still with them. How did they achieve these results when so many educators tell me they've done everything that they can think of to recruit more women to STEM, but they haven't had success? Well, they received the benefit of the 20-point system that makes up the WomenTech Educators training that I have developed in my 25 years working in this field. I have been the principal investigator of 5 National Science Foundation grants, and I've worked boots on the ground with many community colleges to help them have these kinds of outcomes. It's a 20-point system, 8 on recruitment and 12 on retention. I want schools to be able to move as quickly as possible. I don't want them to have to figure this all out by themselves because it could take a really long time and they might not see these same kind of results. So let me tell you a little bit of the highlights of the recruitment and retention elements of this training. One of the things that's really important on the recruitment side is working with schools and helping them select the right target audience to help them meet their goals and to focus on the low-hanging fruit. And believe it or not, this is often the opposite of what most schools do. Most schools focus on strategies that require a lot of outside resources and take a really long time to implement and see results. The other thing that's really important is schools develop personal encouragement recruitment scripts that help attract students to the STEM career pathways. Now, over the years, what I've seen, and I actually have instructors role play, is that without some training, many instructors unintentionally actually turn students off from their program. And that's why it's very important for them to develop a script that everybody uses that will help attract female students. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is online recruitment. Do you know that that's actually the #1 way that college students now learn about the programs in a college? Now, we help schools develop websites that will attract female students to STEM, but most schools have program websites in STEM that actually repel female students. Now, I want to move on and just tell you a few highlights about the retention aspect, because our retention strategies not only help female students, but they also help male students as well. Barbara Dufresne also participated in the WomenTech Educators training, and she actually was losing all of the female students in her computer programming classes. After the training, her retention rates went from 0% for female students to 86%, but male student retention went from 70 to 93%, an aggregate increase of 45%. So, one of the things that Barbara will tell you that was really important for her to turn around her retention with female students and improve it with the male students was having a welcoming conversation that very first week of class. And that welcoming conversation is also scripted, and it's the opposite of what often happens during the first week of class. What often happens is that unintentionally, instructors scare students away from their STEM classes. And amazingly, a college that I've been working with in biotechnology manufacturing had the experience where they told me they have 5 female students, and 3 of them stayed and they received the welcoming conversation. But the 2 students who dropped out that were female, he hadn't managed to get to during that first week. So the welcoming conversation is very important. Also important is teaching to both female and male learning styles, especially in the lab. Often classes are taught only to a learning style that appeals to males, and females end up being uninterested and not engaged. We teach you how to teach to female learning style, as well as incorporating male learning style in your class as well. So I would like you to have the kind of results that you've heard about. And that's why I developed a recruitment and retention plan template that helps empower your school to select the evidence-based strategies that research shows really work, as opposed to what most schools select, which is common equity strategies that don't actually result in increases in female enrollment or improvements in retention rates of STEM students. Now, I have developed an asynchronous WomenTech Educators online training, mostly asynchronous with a few synchronous elements, because I know how busy educators are. This way, you can work with your school's team to work at a time that works best for your school. Now, I really want to set schools up for success. So I actually spend some time with each school in an orientation to set them up for success during the WomenTech Educators training. And during the training, you receive customized feedback on your recruitment plan and on your retention plan, so you can make sure that you're going in the right direction and that what you are suggesting that you can do, you can really practically carry out as a school and see these kind of results in a year's time. Now, I know that you have more questions about our WomenTech Educators training, and that's why I want you to fill out a brief application, no obligation, and you see the button for it right here, apply now. I want you to apply now, fill out this brief application, and one of our Women in STEM strategy specialists will get right back to you and set up a brief call to answer your questions, to give you more information about the training, to see if this is a good fit for your school. I want your school to have these kinds of results, and it really is achievable in about a year's time. So go ahead, apply now, and one of our Women in STEM strategy specialists will get right back to you to set up a time to talk. I'm looking forward to seeing you and your school's team at the next WomenTech Educators online training.